Hey everybody, Angela here from Triple H Serpents. In this video we're going to have a few things. The first is cutting clutch number 4, and I think I might have called it 5, but I'm pretty sure it's 4. I think it's 4. Anyway, and then is going to be discussing a little baby hognose snake that I was able to get. And then the next is talking a little bit more about the eggs that I cut and what was inside them. It's been a few days since I actually did the cutting. I just haven't gotten the video up yet. And there's some problems. Or there's at least one of the babies has problems. So, alrighty, let's get to it. Okay, this is the clutch where my pastel bamboo pinstripe is the father and my normal female is the mother. And this egg is so tiny compared to the others. I cannot wait to cut these guys. So we'll see what we get in here. Yeah. Right, got a lot of paper towels this time. I'm ready. I'm gonna start with that tiny egg. That egg was such a shock when it first was laid, and I was like, I don't know about this. Makes me nervous. So we'll just see here. There we go. Hello. Hello, little guy or girl. A normal or a pastel, which is not a surprise. Can you see it? Yep. And it's alive. It's moving around. Okay. Hoping for at least a couple bamboos. I have a friend who really wants a bamboo, and he's on my little waiting list for bamboos. So sorry if I'm breathing heavy. All right, let's see you. Another normal or pastel. Well, hopefully that's the odds and the other two are bamboos. Cross your fingers. Okay, I'm gonna take this out and do the next one. They're super juicy. I have noticed that, I don't know what the deal is, but my eggs do not desiccate as much as other eggs do by the end, and I don't know if it's because I'm using Hatchright and I'm using press and seal or what, but they just don't seem to desiccate as much. They're always juicy at the end. I haven't had even one that was really sunk in. So, and the babies are still ready. Please be bamboo. No. Oh my goodness. Another normal. Look at that. All right. Well, I mean, that's how odds go sometimes. My last one, I had, let's see, 8 eggs? Or 7 eggs? Yeah. 7 eggs and 6 were bamboo or something. I have a feeling this one is also a normal or pastel. Didn't even get a pinstripe. Nope. Okay, this one. I mean, obviously it's not a bamboo, but looks more pixelated and stuff. I think it might be a pastel. So my pastel bamboo pinstripe just gave me 4 normal / pastels. No bamboos. What a super huge bummer. Alrighty. Well, I'm still excited because a lot of people want normals too. It's just that my one friend really wanted a bamboo. And that's my last bamboo clutch this year. I only have one more clutch. It's in the incubator. and it is my, let's see, what is he? Oh yeah. Sorry, I'm half, like, now I'm just like, man. The one clutch I still have in the incubator is my albino to a female that's supposedly het albino. And I hope she is het albino because I'd really like to get some albinos. But right now, the odds gods kind of kicked my booty this time. But if you add the two clutches together, I did get about 50% bamboos. So that's something, I guess. I'm just surprised I didn't even get a pinstripe or anything in here, because he's a pastel bamboo pinstripe. There might be pastel though. This one looks very pixelated and pastel-y. So this one I think is pastel. This one looks more normal. This one might be pastel as well, and it's so tiny. I can't wait till it comes out so I can weigh it and see how much it weighs. So anyway, that's it, guys. Thank you. Okay, so I've wanted a hognose snake for a long time, but in Colorado it's against the law to buy or sell them because they are native here. Sorry about the glare, I'm driving. Anyway, so in Colorado I looked up the laws and regulations. You can have hognose snakes if you catch them in the wild. You can even breed them, but if you ever need to release them, you have to release them within a certain number of miles from where they were caught. And also you cannot sell them. You just can't sell them. So obviously my wanting a hognose has nothing to do with profit. I just think hognose are awesome, how they freak out and act like they're dead and stuff. It cracks me up. Plus I think their little noses are super cute and they're so derpy, it seems like. Anyway, so where I work has several different facilities, and at one of the facilities they have traps out for snakes and stuff because there's a lot of wildlife right around there, and they don't want, basically, as far as I can tell, the traps are inside because the warehouse gets toads and snakes and whatnot. Anyway, they trapped a hognose baby in there. So my daughter works there, and she called me and said, "Hey mom, do you want a hognose?" And I was like, "Well, yeah." And she's like, "Well, we caught one in a trap over here, and I told them I would take it, but I don't have anything for it. And it seems pretty cold." So obviously it's been getting down in the 60s at night out here. So I'm a little worried about this guy. But anyway, I happened to be at home and I did some real quick research. And I happen to have aspen substrate, and I have hatchling bins, obviously, ta-da, and hides and water dishes. So I threw some aspen substrate in there. I'm on my way to work too, so I'm gonna have to go by her warehouse, pick up this little guy, and stick him in this box anyway, and hope that he can make it until I'm off work. But she said he's not moving much, he or she is not moving much, and feels really cold. So I mean, I have heat mats and whatnot, but I have everything ready. But he's gonna have to be at my office with me until I can get him home. I do have a water dish in there, but it's not big enough to soak him if he's super dehydrated, I don't think. But I guess it depends on how tiny he is. She said it's a baby, but she didn't say exactly how big. So I just grabbed one of my hatchling boxes, and after I did my research really quick online, I put aspen in there because I have aspen, and I'm running over to get that little guy before I go to my office. So I guess let's just see what's up. Well, somebody's goats are out. I really don't want to hit a goat. So I got out of my car and I herded those goats back to their house so they wouldn't get hit by another car. And I didn't see any of them after that, so hopefully they were fine. Then I went and got the little hognose. When she said it's a hatchling, she was kidding. Right now he's in just some barely warm water in case he's dehydrated. I've seen him drink a little bit. And then I'm gonna put him over here under the hide and just let him rest. Okay, so he's itty bitty bitty bitty. He actually weighs 4 grams. I was looking up, and Western hognose snakes normally hatch at 5 to 8 grams. So I'm guessing he hatched and he ended up in the trap before he ever ate or anything. He's rehydrated. He's very animated. I've tried to feed him a couple times since I got him a few days ago. And he's just not interested in eating. I tried a cricket. I tried a mouse pinky, like barely born mouse pinky. I tried rubbing the mouse pinky on a toad because we have pet toads and apparently they really like toads. The next thing I'm going to try in a few days is some hard-boiled egg white. I did a whole bunch of research online and found that sometimes they'll take hard-boiled egg whites before they'll take other stuff. And that kind of gets their appetite going. So, and then once their appetite's going, they love to eat apparently. So, since I can't really find tadpoles or baby toads right now, it's been super dry where we are. I'm gonna see if the egg whites will work. Anyway, onward. Okay, so this is the clutch. It was my bamboo pinstripe bred with a normal, and they all are normals and pastels. Okay, one is out of the egg. 2 are still in the eggs. The itty bitty one is still in the egg. But this one I was just looking closer at. It's all kinked up. Do you see the kinks right there? And it's severely kinked enough I don't think it will be able to eat or use the bathroom or anything. So, see these weird bizarre kinks. Anyway, I'm gonna have to call that one. But also, I need to put I need to make a note not to breed them again because this is the one that had problems from the beginning. There were 7 eggs. 2 of them had blood rings, so they died before she even laid them. One of them was iffy. I incubated it with these and it died. There were only 4 left, and one of them is kinked up. That is a really bad, I mean, I am not putting those 2 snakes together again. I need to make a note not to do that, and I will put her with a different male this fall. But anyway, alrighty, that's such a bummer. Okay, it's my first time ever having kinks or anything, and I'm really sad for this little baby snake. It's such a bummer, and it's not even just like a little kink at the tip of the tail. It's I mean, it's pretty bad. I don't know if it would even make it out of the egg in the first place. See these kinks? It's all messed up. And it's not an incubation issue because my incubator is the same it has been for all my clutches, and it's been in the same spot. So yeah. Okay, so that baby was super kinked. It was really, really bad. And like I said, you know, that was the clutch that had 2 blood rings, so they had died before she laid them. A 3rd egg that died at the very beginning of incubation, and it looked iffy when I candled it, but I incubated it, but it died within a week and molded and started stinking and leaking stuff. So it was dead. And there were 4 eggs that I thought were good, but then there's that one that super kinked. I'm gonna put the pictures of the baby, like the pictures of the baby at the end. So if you don't want to see the super kinked and deformed baby, then just stop before we get to that point. But after I took that video, I talked to my husband and I went back in and I looked closer and pulled it out of the egg a little more and realized that it was not compatible with life. It had so many kinks. There's no way it could have eaten or moved properly. Its head was like a micro head, and the jaw, it tried to open its mouth at one point, and the jaw like opened to the side. Its brain was half out of its head. Like the head had closed and not covered the brain. So there was like a hole where the brain was poking out. I mean, there was no way this baby was going to survive. So I had to call it, and I did. I did a lot of research on what was the most humane way for the snake, not for me. Because sometimes the most humane way for the animal is not the most humane way for the human. But I did do it, and I actually didn't feel really bad about it because all I could think was this poor baby was probably already in pain. It was not doing well already. So after I had seen all the kinks and all the problems in the brain half out of the head, I took the whole egg yolk really carefully out of the egg and I took some pictures of it, and I'm going to put those up in a little bit. But first I want to talk about something nice, which is that we have the albino clutch at the end of September to cut. So I'm super excited about that clutch still, and that's the last clutch of my year. So until fall, well, I guess it's getting close to fall, but until breeding season again, that's going to be the last clutch. So, but I am super excited about them. Alrighty, so stop watching now if you don't want to see pictures of the deformed baby. The first picture is really grainy because it was moving in a very strange way while I was trying to take the picture. And then the second picture, I kind of laid it out carefully around its yolk sac or its yolk to try to like show a little better, but then it made kind of the kinks not look as funky. So the way that it was holding itself is how it looks in the grainy picture. It was really bad. So I felt really bad for that baby, and I just kept thinking this baby has to be in pain and there's no way it will survive, and I do not want it to starve to death. Starving to death is slow and painful. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I will talk to you next time.